our final official video, and I thought I'd introduce myself. You've heard the voice for the previous videos. I'm Sally, I'm Matt's wife. He was originally supposed to be doing the videos after signing up for this challenge. Realised that he couldn't do it, and I had to go. Worked out marginally better than his, so I've done them ever since, although he does the hard work with the uploading and all the other bits. So today we're going to cover the pros and cons of the Automower. So the pros that we have: ease of use. Yeah, you have no idea how easy this is to use. We have hardly touched it the whole time it's been installed. We had a little bit of, I wouldn't say it was a hiccup, we had a bit of a wait to be installed, but the installer and the guy who came out to survey the garden, they were all very nice people. Yeah, it all happened whilst we were at work. We came home, we'd been surveyed and told that it was a goer. The guy then came out and installed it, and it's worked ever since. So ease of use is a definite pro. Another definite pro is no more mowing. We haven't mowed since the middle of June, and we would have been mowing sort of once a week if we could have got away with it. I mean, we generally don't tend to mow once a week, even if we've got the time. We prefer to be in the company of friends. But the garden's not looking too bad. Down in this corner where the sun doesn't hit the garden quite so much, it's in really good condition. So yeah, the rest, even that patch, would have been looking awful if we'd have been mowing it ourselves, because we generally tend to leave it until it gets really long, and then we cut loads off it, which is not good for it. So yeah, not having to mow it ourselves has been a definite pro. No cuttings is also a pro for us. We're very lazy in the garden. We like to enjoy the garden. We have a gardener who looks after our borders. We've got borders that go all the way around the garden, as you can see. If we mow the garden ourselves, we have the cuttings to consider, and we have our garden waste picked up once a fortnight. So if we've filled the garden wheelie bin up with grass cuttings, then we can't get anything else in it. So it's definitely a pro not having to have cuttings from this lawn. I mean, this lawn in itself could half fill the green bin, so that's awesome. Another pro is that it comes out in all weathers. Having said that, we've had a pretty good summer this year, so we've had a little bit of rain, which Harry's been out in, and he's quite happy to dance around the garden in the rain. Not quite so happy about dancing around the garden in the rain myself, so yeah, that's definitely a pro. And the last pro that we've got is that it will still mow whilst you're on holiday. Now, we've had a couple of trips in the UK this year, and we haven't worried about the garden at all. We know that we come home and it looks exactly like this, so that's definitely a pro for us. So the cons, as far as we're concerned: it is extortionately expensive for the size of our garden. I mean, yeah, I think the model that we've got, which is the 315, I think when we got it, I looked at it and it was about £1,600. I mean, Matt, my husband, he's a complete gadget freak, but that is a lot of money, and even he would say it's expensive layout for our size of our garden. So that's definitely a con for us. Another con for us is that we still need to trim the edges, although we haven't done it very often, as you've seen from previous videos. We've got a bit of an issue with, I'm going to get up and I'm going to wander you over now. We've got a bit of an issue with a cable that goes from the grey box, which is where the power is. It runs down behind these pots, which isn't ideal, and comes across the path here. The plan is for the winter to make him a house, keep him outside but in his house, and switch him off. So when the power goes off, we're going to pull that cable, which is there. We're going to pull that out of the grey box. We're going to drill through into the garage, and we're going to set a permanent power supply. and I'm hoping to be able to bury the wire in the edge of the lawn, because at the moment that piece of long grass and this piece of long grass behind are having to be pulled up by hand, because I can't get in there to strim, as those cables there will get cut if I do. So that's a con for us. Another con for us is it can beach itself. It has done a couple of times. The first time it did it was on this corner. I think it was trying to get itself home. It hasn't done it there since. The other time it's beached itself was when the gardener was here. She was happily working her way around the garden, and he ran over her kneeling pad, which conveniently had been placed over the boundary wire, so he didn't see the boundary wire at all, rode straight over the kneeling pad, didn't mark the kneeling pad at all, straight into the border, and then decided to scream because it was beached. So we just moved the kneeling pad, so had a look to see what he would do, and he pulled himself out by himself. So he's only beached himself a couple of times in the whole time that we've had it, so it's been marginally successful. So yeah, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. This is it for our official videos. We do intend to keep uploading videos, obviously not as frequently as we've had to this time. I'm personally interested in what the state of the lawn is going to be like after we've had a considerable amount of rain, purely because if we had been mowing this lawn ourselves in the dry spell that we've had over the summer, the whole of our garden would look like this. And as it is, as I've said, that side of the garden that has not a lot of sunshine is actually performing quite well. So we will be reporting at some point on the condition of the lawn once we've had some rain. But from us in sunny Kent, that's it for now, and we'll catch up with you soon. Bye bye.